Hello everyone, welcome to IAS Dashana. I hope you all are doing very well. So without wasting any of our time, let's move to the topics of the day. Today's topic is Parliament question nuclear waste management. Nuclear waste generated at the nuclear power stations during their operation and maintenance are low and intermediate activity level waste are managed at the site itself. These wastes are treated, concentrated, compacted, immobilized in solid materials like cement, disposed stored in specially constructed structures such as reinforced concrete trenches or tile holes located at the site. Further, nearly closed nuclear fuel cycle is being followed in India, where spent fuels from domestic sources are reprocessed to reduce the waste burden and recover the useful element for recycle or reuse. The fissile element recovered from reprocessing of spent fuel is recycled back as a fuel for future reactors. High level radioactive waste generated during reprocessing is then immobilized into an inert glass matrix by vitrification and stored in solid storage surveillance facilities for interim storage at par with international practices as per the guidelines of International Atomic Energy Agency. A well-established nuclear waste management system is in place at all the nuclear power plant sites. India has adopted nearly closed fuel cycle where spent nuclear fuel is regarded as a material of resource. The closed fuel cycle aims at reprocessing of spent fuel for recovery of fissile materials and utilization as fuel. This finally leads to a very small percentage of residual material present in spent nuclear fuel requiring their management as nuclear waste. The current capacities of near surface disposal facilities at existing sites are adequate to store the waste generated at nuclear power plants. Research and development are being done for new technologies for waste management on partitioning technologies for segregation of long-lived radioactive constituents including actinides and extraction of useful radioisotopes for societal application as well as waste volume reduction. The practice of storage and disposal of radioactive waste is at par with international practices following the guidelines of International Atomic Energy Agency. Till date, the surveillance of the disposal areas at different sites has confirmed high degree of effectiveness of the disposal system for the containment of disposed waste. There has been no incident of release of radioactivity from such disposed waste. No effect of radiation from disposed waste on the public or the environment has been observed. So the next topic for the day is India as Global Data Hub. Minister of State for Communication and Rural Development, Dr. Pemmasani Chandrasekhar, in a written reply to a question in the Rajya Sabha today, said that the communication cost in India is one of the lowest in world. The policies of the government and regulatory framework notified that Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, which is TRAI, has resulted into one of the lowest costs for subscribers of mobile services in India. The comparison of mobile services pricing as published by International Telecommunication Union ITU in 2024 consisting of 140 plus 70 SMS 2 GB for basket of mobile, voice, SMS and data basket in some of the neighboring countries. As per the provisions of TRAI Act 1997, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, an independent regulator for telecommunication services, regulates the rates of telecommunication services in the country. As per the existing regulatory tariff framework, tariff for telecommunication services is under forbearance except for services such as national roaming, rural fixed line services, mobile number portability charges, leased circuits and USST. Subject to compliance with extent regulatory provisions. Service providers are free to design and offer tariffs based on their understanding of the market situation and in their best commercial interest. Service providers have the flexibility to decide various tariff components like the rates for different types of calls, SMS, data offers, etc., with multiple combinations including recharge value and validity for different service areas of their operation. Tariffs are offered by service providers taking into account several factors including input costs, level of competition, and other commercial considerations. So the next topic for the day is monitoring of projects in NER. The Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region has taken several steps to strengthen the monitoring system by setting up the field level technical support units in all the 8 northeastern states who regularly interact with project implementing agencies and maintain and update the database of the projects on PM Gati Sakti portal. The project quality monitors or the third party technical inspection agencies have been introduced to further strengthen the monitoring mechanism of the MDONER. In addition, the projects are periodically monitored and inspected by the officials of MDONER and Northeastern Council, which is NEC. A total of 599 projects are inspected during 2024-25 and 198 projects have been inspected during the tenure of 2025-26, which is until 12th December 2025. The MDONER has introduced several reforms to significantly improve real-time monitoring on projects by integration with the PM Gati Sakti portal. The Purvottar Vikas Setu, which is PVS, portal has been operationalized for uploading new proposals and forwarding proposals to the line ministers or the Niti Aayog for comments or support and receiving demand proposals. Further, inspection reports of projects are submitted through the PVS portal, enabling real-time online tracking and monitoring of the projects. The MDONER conducts regular review meetings with the state governments and northeastern region to expedite the execution of projects, including old delayed projects, the projects which were inordinately delayed or stalled for a long time period have been foreclosed as is where is basis or full refund basis. After due consultation with the NE states, as on 12 December 2025, a total of 48 projects have been foreclosed, out of which 17 projects have been foreclosed on as is where is basis and 31 projects have been foreclosed on full refund basis. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.